Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, Amkip, it's well that you're here. The situation is grave. Pig is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. You will perish if you delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. Oh, it's cool. How did you know where to find me? Hold your ground. Reinforcements are coming. More merrier. I'll pull Joe into the next Emperor era. Ida, less provoking, more pummeling, if you would be so kind. Vanguard, destroy them. Amkip, stay close to Biggs. How many are there? More than conducive to merriment. Next time you have to be careful what you wish for. My thanks. And the moment, and I would... He's been out in the cold. He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. I cannot thank you enough, Amkip, and same goes to the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Yes. It's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe you the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Amkip. I'm losing count how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge. Gods, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew we were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. And Alphino told me that of the raid on the Waking Sands, I fear the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It's been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, the immortal flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage of the Waking Sands, I noted not a mist in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Guardians came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics used by the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay with a waiting airship. Can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castum Sentry. And upon our arrival, we were marched into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into the tainment cell together, while Menphili and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Castum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but it was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. Then without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Galamod, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So risky as it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. Ha! If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls on a Reborn vessel? That would have been Pig's handiwork, like as not. You are always resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Notice that my character's the only one that didn't react to that. Amkip, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It seems I will owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There's still many questions in my mind, but the answer can wait. Menphili and the others will still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! Ah, 43, that's why. Where the other two go? Thank goodness you found me, Amkip. I would have been frozen or drowned or beaten by a mud puppy if it wasn't for you. I knew the chief was still alive. Deep down, I always knew. And he looks healthy too. Well, he could do with a shave, I suppose, but other than that. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge aren't with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Menphili and the others. Guys, no, we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castum Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll Mordona. It's as good a place as any to prepare and better than most. Red road leading east and south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Dawn? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held a captive at Castum Sentry, and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late. Armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yards of the walls undetected. If the Guardians were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they'll do to manipulate the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, must be good old-fashioned infiltration. Oh, is security so tight? How are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why am I mind to walk through the front door? Huh? The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of magic attack armor, and impeccable timing. Heh, that's a bold strategy. But it might just work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, and when we suspect that we savage the Yorizans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with us, I commend you speak with Glamout. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire, and he happens to know a deal with the Castum Sentry sides. I'm no doubt he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go reconnoiter Guardian activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. come and join us when you're ready. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Yida, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm not. Nothing if not enthused, Ishtola. Are you beginning to you're beginning to remind me of Papalimo. Looking for Bahamut, are you? Or you found him, whoever you are. Eh? You're looking to get inside Castle Sentry and you need my help? Something tells me we're getting along just fine. So you have friends at Chasm Sentry who want rest. That Slackborn knows me too well. Yes, you can count on my help. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I'd never pass an opportunity to get back at the Horse Sons. Enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk in captivity is right delicate business. Single oversight. Just one little blunder, and it's all over. You can't leave room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of doubt your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. How can you find out, you ask? Following these instructions. If you approach the sentry from the east, you see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the marbles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know. One of them leads him back to the command town. If you listen closely, might as well you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of operation. Now get going. Godspeed. Oh, 6? Holy shit. I'll deal with those later. Oh, there's one here. Oh shit. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She might as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Elezen gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only just about gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possesses a mystical power, something we Garlings don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind the beastmen use. How am I supposed to know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the tribunals yourself? As well as try to tumble her, like where my head is, and where it is, thank you very much. Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. Stealth and subterfuge, are how we will free our friends. I have every confidence you can play the part of an Imperial soldier. Just good to see you again, Amkip. I'm given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me what you were able to learn. So Minfilia and the others are indeed at Chasm Central. The presence thus confirmed we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work, Amkip. As Alphinaud has already told you, we plotted a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Glaumont is looking into ways of procuring a suit of magic thick armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for preparation of my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. While Glaumont goes about devising this plan, we need to set up preparation of our armor. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover their short on armor. To prevent this from happening, we're going to put together makeshift communication standing signals. The explanation is like to get big technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance by electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now that tracks. Now the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west have been observed to amplify the self-same energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go out there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, the plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Clean out the wax from your ears now. Wax out of your ears now. Because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan is to have you enter Chasm Sentry, all decked out in Imperial duds. The disguise is more than just clothes you're wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, especially learn it from the experts. So get yourself as near as you dare to Chasm Sentry and watch the Imperials do what they do. Love the Custarian salute. Please don't. Pull aggro. Well, that works. How do I get back to that? Seriously? Oh yes, I remember this being a pain on several jobs. Okay. Nothing to report, sir. We have received an ominous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend the patrols be increased. Oh, right. In the wake of the calamity, the 14th Imperial Legion occupied what remained of Castum Novum, eventually rebuilding, renaming it Castum Century. The stronghold contains immense manufacturing and storage facilities, and is a primary supplier of material for Imperial forces stationed throughout Eorzea. Consequently, it is heavily defended. Infiltrating will not be easy. Nevertheless, it is necessary. You have the readings? Excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, though I pray we won't have need of their power. My thanks, Amkip. So, did you manage to learn the Imperial Salute? No. You best don't demonstrate. I'm liable to find a rage and crack skulls. I'll just take your word for it. You're called Amkip Wol, yes? I've heard of your plight from my friend Glamont. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I would offer you my assistance. And in order to infiltrate Castum Century, you and your comrades must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort of whom you to trust your secrets. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means from the bodies of the recently deceased owners. A fortified area before Castum Century never lacks for Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain the 3 sets of gear, 1 for each member of the infiltration team. Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Oh no, I failed a fate. What am I gonna do? There we go. Where are you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Damaged, as I suspected. In their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are likely to draw suspicion. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith Agenolf at the Diamond Forge in Rowan's house, spenders should be able to hammer out these out into shape in no time. I've already sent word ahead, and I've assured them that I've been assured he is expecting you. Or not? We have already impressed upon him the need for utmost security as the nature of your mission. So you're the adventurer Sergeant Malak sent, eh? I'm waiting for you. Now let's see what you got me. I see. Ah yes, I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for you. After all, your friend Stark Malak favored. Took good care of Iganolf back in the days before I fell on the old Lorena he did. Did you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate? I wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but suppose he always felt like venturing his life calling him. But here I go babbling on when this work's to be done. Just hold your horse birds for a moment, and the great Agonolf will have you here looking good as new. Well, that looks nice and warm. And here we have it. Won't do you much good in battle, mind you, but from what I hear, that's not a priority anyhow. Do send Stark my regards, will ya? you had the uniforms or helmets and repaired. Yes, these will serve beautifully. Correct Agonov face on this. Quality of these repairs will fool even the legatus. Thus equipped, you should not have any trouble blending in amongst the Imperial forces. As you fear that Garleans might detect your foreigners. Foreigners in fact form a greater part of the Garlean invasion force in Arizona. See, when the Empire subjugates new territory, it assimilates the people of the land to its armed forces. In turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. In this way, Garlemald nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell stroke. With that, my part in your mission is done. I am full glad to have been assistance in your cause. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say I am but another humble adventurer, one who desires to act only in the best interests of the realm. Good work getting the Imperial duds. You'd be pleased to hear I ain't idle myself. Took me long enough, but finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of magic armor. Now, from what I've seen, Cast of Sentry deploys a Reaper for most of his patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random appointments, and hardly did any come near to revenue's toll. So, hoping to coax Imperials out of the shelves, I took the liberty of feeding a bit of false intelligence. Told them the insurgents had designs on the stock. Take far from the truth, though. Not a good thing. Anyway, we should see more patrols than we have until now. What you need is to approach one of the patrols dressed up in your shiny tin suit, alert them to the enemy's presence. When done that, you want to lure them in near to the relevant toll as you can. Like as not, though, the worry we're entering far from their own walls. They do need a bit of extra encouragement. Use this smoke signal here, filched fresh from the Imperial Scout. Come running when they see that. When the cavalry arrives, you hit them hard and make off with the Reaper. Simple as that. If I'm mistaken, there's a patrol sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along, eh? Don't forget to salute. Right. My wife bore me a son not long after I was sent here. Can't wait to go home and meet him. It serves a duty to bring civilization to these lands. What if these lands don't want civilizing? Did you hear about these insurgents? Apparently they've got their eye on the castle. Personally, I'd like to see them try to take it. It served to lift the tedium. Yep, moving a lot. The quicker we march, the sooner this will be over. All the coin I make doing this goes to the wife of the country. If it turns out she's been squandering it on fancy clothes and gewgaws, I will not be amused. Carry on, soldier. Soldiers gathering to the east, you say? Judging by your description, they are well beyond the perimeter, but I will not have it said that I was remiss. You, return to the scene to keep an eye on the insurgents. Should aught go awry, use a smoke signal to call us.